Testing. Yeah, you can hear me. Can you see? Now you should be able to see. There you go. And then try to listen to my own stream so I know if I'm live or not. Yeah. Oops, sorry. That sound is usually the microphone. Okay. I hope you are doing well, chat. This is a surprise stream because I will be away next week. So I decided that we should be able to be finished Lil Guardsman today. So let's start. A level selection. Wait, did we skip level 8? No. Well, let's just continue game. We're level 9.
Leading to the highest levels of brutality ever recorded, with the pointless bloodshed sure to scar the psyche of all those involved for years to come. Haunting words from one of the survivors of last night's charity bake sale at the Garden District's Haven for the Elderly, and now news from the war. The battle for the Western Food Reserve Grotto was lost. That is the only detail I have to report. And now, more exclusive audio from what has been dubbed the Goodies for Geezers Bake Sale Massacre.
So where we left off, as the radio has announced, there was a massacre that we made with the food storage place. Oh, we got a letter from Dad.
Hey, a letter arrived from Dad.
Dear Lil, thanks for writing me back, but your letter concerned me. I'm sorry to hear that you and everyone aren't doing so well. Worrying about you kept me up all night. I didn't get a wink of sleep. And the next day at roll call, when they were asking if anyone was a mechanic, I yawned and stretched and they thought I was volunteering. So now I'm stuck with mechanic duty for the next big battle. They say this time it'll be fought in the air, and it's my job to help repair the planes. Don't tell anyone. And it's my job to help repair the planes. What the hell are you doing here, kid? Get out of here! Can't you see I'm trying to look for things to fix so I don't have to spend time with your grandmother? So I guess if I investigate each aircraft that comes my way, I'm sure I'll find something to fix. And then I'll help win the battle. Thanks, Granddad. That goes for you too. If you draft any would-be airmen, make sure there isn't anything on their end that needs fixing first. Anyways, I better go. Drop me a line again, will ya? But this time, maybe don't write such bad news. If I accidentally volunteer for something I'm not trained for again, who knows what'll happen? Sincerely, Dad.
I'm so glad he's okay. I'll write him another letter tonight.
It's a sweet letter. Okay, the royal writ. My spies have informed me that there is an increasing dissatisfaction fostering dissent within the enemy inner circle. Do with that information what you will. Ash. In addition to the forces that have been drafted, the outcome of the last battle was also due to the state of our equipment. Pay extra attention to what our men, women, and creatures are marching into battle with, Striker. Although the proposal for addressing a little food shortage problem was rushed through Council without the scrutiny or approval, please extend my associate with Catering Corp every possible courtesy, and don't trouble yourself too terribly with the nature of the plan. Nothing to see here, as they say, Councilwoman Ash. Guardsman Randy has been brought out of forced retirement to supervise our food stores. Welcome back, Randy. Mill manager Mike Milroy. I may have stolen a deck of tarot cards of an old wandering nomad type woman. So far everything I predicted has come true. Now the old bag yelled something about a curse if the cards were overused, as I was running away, but I'm sure it's nothing. Look at me, I'm batting 1,000. I got all the answers, call me now. I got all the answers, call me now. Okay. Let's fill these up. So I wonder, have you guys been following the Hermit challenges? No, charity streams. I've been following them last night and watched the VODs earlier this morning. They are doing a great job.
Oh, unhand me, you fools! I must be granted entry immediately! Hear ye, hear ye! I have come to relay the terms of the immediate and unconditional surrender of the sprawl to the Kingdom of Petrod, as dictated by His Royal Highness, Prince Phineas Pomp, heir to the throne of Petrod. Prince Phineas, son of King Phineas, who was daughter of King Fangil, son of Queen... daughter of King Algernon, son of... who was daughter of King Fangil, son of Queen...
Yes, I know who he is. Remember? I told the princess not to marry him, and I'm feeling better about that choice by the second.
I want a little truth spray on him. See what he's up to.
It is my intention to divulge the top secret battle plans I have been made privy to the Queen in exchange for food for my people. We are starving, and if the sprawl can help us, I will be sure to help you end this conflict to the best of my abilities. Let me in, peasant!
Peasant? Wow, I didn't realize you were royalty.
Well, I'm not.
So that means you are also a peasant, right? And it's Queen Desdemona now, so put some respect on her name.
Yeah.
Very well. Let me in, person of equal social standing. Queen Desdemona will want to hear what I have to say.
This guy comes from a hostile enemy nation. I'm not sure I'm buying what he's selling.
I don't think you were talking to me, but you're wrong. I'm selling the straight goods.
Ooh, excuse me. Should we let them in, or was there a There's a food shortage. Catering up. And you're not catering up. Should we try Malcolm? He seems to have all the answers.
This is a tough one. Let's see what the cards say. Ah, the Informer card. The Informer means they're either here to spill the beans on their battle plans to get some beans for their starving people, or he's here to say, a licky boom boom down. There's a throwback for you. But most likely it's the food thing. Let them in, we get strategic military intelligence, but take food out of the mouths of your fellow citizens. It's your call.
Oh, this is a tough choice. I think we should deny him, because he's a rivaling nation. We still have little food shortage as well. And they take food from us. So I'm gonna deny him access.
Very well. Refuse my offer. I only wanted to help your miserable queendom. This war shouldn't take much longer anyway. The Petrardian forces will prevail.
Get the hell out of here.
They didn't seem to like an immediate threat. Maybe think we'll have improved through diplomacy? I don't trust Petrod.
Ahoy, child manning the gate.
Ahoy! Adult in a basket?
Ha ha! I like your spirit. I am here to enlist in Her Majesty's Air Force. Once inflated, my grand contraption shall sail high above the clouds. First, I will destroy the enemy air force, and then it will take me no time at all to traverse the entire world at that altitude.
So how does this grand contraption of yours work anyway?
When inflated to almost bursting, this ball will carry me up into the sky, keeping myself inside this wicker basket aloft. Simple science.
Oh, I get it. You're gonna die in that thing.
What does he have on him? Something in his pocket?
This is my heat source. Fire. You see, when I fill the balloon with hot air, it goes up. Boom. Science.
You can't just say, boom, science, and expect it to work. Do you actually think that tiny lighter is gonna be strong enough to inflate a balloon that big?
Yes. Why? Do you have something more suitable?
Don't look at me. I got no candy for you.
Where is balloon parts? We only have the basket. Oh, excuse me. I just now noticed the barricade here. I think
I first read about the floating ball machine in a book about a chap going around the world in 80 days. Julie Goblin Vernon, I think his name was. This was many years ago, mind you, so I figure doing the same in 79 days should be a piece of cake. A new record, I'd wager.
Of course, all that depends on whether or not you help win the upcoming air battle first, right?
Obviously. That is definitely my top priority.
Ah, that didn't sound right.
Convinced me.
I'm gonna deny him. He doesn't sound trustworthy.
Alas, now I will never prove myself to those bastards at the Royal Academy Club who doubted me. Instead of glory in the air, I shall retire to the countryside. Perhaps if I lay low and gather stamps from across the globe, I can convince them that I did in fact make my grand journey and traveled around the world in 79 days.
Good luck on your weird side quest.
Good luck, man.
Hey, I remember you.
Really? Most people don't. Regardless, I am here today on behalf of Catering Corp regarding our services and food management. We are prepared to oversee the appropriate distribution of the Sprawl's food rations up until the time when this war is resolved in favor of either side.
Very heroic of you to volunteer aid.
The proposed services rendered come with a detailed budget and a projected ROI.
Less heroic.
Let's see, how many people? 7 people. This is the third. 1, 2, 3.
It has come to our attention that the food rations are being severely mismanaged. If this trend is allowed to continue, the Sprawl will be completely out of food in a week.
Are you sure your numbers are correct?
Of course our numbers are correct. All we do is numbers. We eat, sleep, and breathe numbers.
Honestly, lately, I've never eaten so well in my life.
That's exactly what the problem is. Children should not be eating well, or at all if we can help it.
Yeah, that's not... That's not a good thing.
So what's the big plan to save our city?
Soylent Beige nutrient bars.
I don't know what that means.
As per these documents, Soylent Beige is a high-protein foodstuff.
Can I get a look at those documents?
No, you've already used your action point.
You don't even know what's on them, do you?
Of course I do. I drafted these plans myself. It's composed of intense legalese and bureaucratic jargon that I doubt you'd understand.
But you could just tell me if you wanted to, right?
Right. But I do not.
I'm gonna use a thirst spray on him.
I feel compelled to verbally dictate Catering Corp's food rationing plan. Item 1. All individuals above the weight of 71.6 kilograms will be allowed a single 14.7 gram ration of Soylent Beige nutrient bars per day. Item 2. Anyone below 71.6 kilograms will be restricted to food scraps and/or edible waste, either begged or foraged. Item 3. Individuals below 71.6 kilograms who succumb to hunger will be collected and repurposed into said Soylent Beige nutrient bars in order to sufficiently feed the remaining individuals above the weight of 71.6 kilograms.
What?
So concludes Catering Corp's extremely efficient plan to solve the Sprawl's extreme food shortage crisis.
Collected and repurposed into Soylent Beige nutrient bars? Oh my god! I've got to tell everybody! Soylent Beige is people!
Not just people, it could be goblins or ogres as well.
No thank you. I'm gonna send you to jail. This is murder.
So I definitely have to send you to jail, knowing what I now know.
No, you don't. Listen, when Soylent Beige hits the streets, it's going to be in short supply, initiating riots. We can make sure you and your family are well stocked for the future.
nutrient bars made out of people.
Again, not exclusively people. We're open to all creatures.
Just no.
You discovered Catering Corp' nefarious plan and stopped it in its tracks. I mean, people are still starving, but 4 stars. That's good. Yeah, I don't want to go into cannibalism. Capitalism? That's 2. Emma.
What's the hold up? I figured most of you Guardian Defender types would be out fighting on the front lines. Let's move it along. I got a Goblin Ball match to set up.
And you are?
Albert St. Lush, manager of the Sprawl Brawlers.
I didn't think any more home games were being played this season. You know, because of the siege of the Sprawl, the threat of invasion, and the ongoing war that could destroy us all.
Yeah. Let me in and I'll make sure we get one last game.
You sound very confident about that.
What's not to be confident about? I'm a Goblin Ball manager. I've been managing Goblin Ball since you was in diapers. Besides, I've got a plan how we can get a game going.
He sounds trustworthy enough, don't you think?
Okay, I've gotta know. How are you gonna field a team for a Goblin Ball match?
Most of the choice players from the Sprawl Brawlers are out fighting on the front, protecting the innocent, blah, blah, blah. My plan is grab the best looking prospects from whoever we've got defending the walls, load them up with, how do I say, confidence, and put the team together. Easy peasy.
That actually sounds like a plan. Sure, we won't have the best team on the field, but we can still play. I bet people would love to see a match after so long.
It's good for morale, right? And just between you and me, I think there's a chance we may have the better team. Wank.
You didn't actually wink, you know. You just yelled the word.
Or did I? Wank.
Yeah, you did. Twice.
Yeah, you can do a little ball game. I'm sure it's fine.
All right, kid, I knew you were a Goblin Ball fan. I'm gonna put a team together from some of those losers defending the wall. See you at the match tonight.
Oh, shoot. Defending the wall. The Goblin Ball game he organized will put tremendous strain on the spread thin sprawl, but people need morale boost. And you got an inside tip. Well, people do need a morale boost. These people might come back at the war, so let's hope for the best, I guess. Echo!
Oh my god, what a lame joke.
What is?
That your name is Echo and...
Echo!
I hate myself. What do you want, Echo? And don't you dare say Echo again.
All right, little sister. Chill out. You clearly don't have any of my Peace Blossom left.
What are you doing here?
The Mages Guild are all gathering in the Sprawl to discuss our place in the war efforts. Been a long time since we've all been summoned together like this.
Who summoned you?
The High Council of the Mages Guild summoned their membership by sending a glowing green light into the sky. A sort of signal that tells us we're all needed.
I get it. The mage signal. Good thing you were looking up.
You're telling me? The reason I founded the Mages Guild was so that we wouldn't have to all gather together this way. It was a set of guiding principles that all mages would adhere to. So if you knew a mage, you knew what to expect. Kept people from fearing us. Now it looks like some mages want people to fear us. It won't end well.
That sounds to me like a good thing. A set of governing rules to make sure people feel safe? Am I wrong?
I don't think you are, but darker forces in the guild sure do. They think the rules are too strict. They want to use magic to control people, and eventually, the whole kingdom. If we don't stop them, there could be a rift in the guild itself, with mages on both sides. It's getting pretty hairy. These power crystals are what changed things. Back in my prime, a mage might see one power crystal in a lifetime, and even then it might not be a particularly powerful one. What they're pulling out of that dig site could open the door to worlds of possibilities, and not necessarily good ones.
Yeah, we know that. Should we tell him? Or should we just get more? I think we can tell him. He seems like a good man.
I wouldn't normally say this, but I trust you. I have a power crystal here. It's in a machine called the Chronometer 3.
The Chronometer 3000?
Yeah. How did you...
For years they've been tinkering with power crystals trying to make a chronometer. Oh, this is pretty spooky stuff. Be careful, Lilith. Too much messing with space and time can rewrite the whole world.
Yeah, we shouldn't be messing around with that one. Yeah, you should join Enter and help with resisting mages.
Thanks, Lil. I better get to the Mages Guild. But first, I may stop by the Twisted Sister and grab some grub. Man, have I got a case of the munchies. Rock on, little buddy!
You too, Echo. Echo. He was here on official guild business. Sure, he's a stone or windbag, but he's a good people. He's good people. Yeah. What is that? Whoa.
Whoa! Stand down, Peaches. It's all right. I'm here for the draft. Well, me and Peaches.
You can communicate with...
Peaches. Uh-huh. She's really good at taking direction. Sometimes. I'm still getting the hang of it.
Should we doubt that?
Your dragon's name is Peaches?
Peaches.
I didn't name her. She chose it.
She chose Peaches?
Yep. We tried Ragnar for a while. But she really prefers Peaches. My dad says that it's unlikely that we'll be called into the fighting today, as the enemy forces aren't really known for their air support. But I'm still really scared. I ride Peaches for fun. I'm no combat specialist. But I am here, ready to be counted if the Sprawl needs me. Or, more accurately, if the Sprawl needs Peaches.
You are so incredibly brave.
Oh gosh, thanks. I hope Peaches is ready for anything that comes our way. I know I'm nowhere near as good a rider as my dad, and I feel like I'm missing something. Oh well, I'm here and ready to go.
Should we give
well to the crack of the whip. If I had time, I'd try to find one of my own. Thanks for the demo.
I'm gonna give him the
Look,
bullet.
this whip is only occasionally useful to me. Take it. I have a feeling Peaches will respond to it.
Wow, thanks. I feel much better with this.
Lil will receive a replacement bullwhip in her next shift. That's good. Yeah, you can be drafted. And if you wonder why I knew about the whip, it's because when I...
Alright, kid. I think you'll be a welcome addition to the Sprawl's forces.
It's because I, last time I played it on stream, when it was laggy and such, she had a flute, and the flute wasn't Peach's favorite instrument, but she liked the whip, so this time try the whip, and let's see how it goes there. I didn't get to end the chapter, so I didn't know what result was for that one.
Really? Absolutely. It's something about your character, your moxie, your giant intimidating dragon.
And with this handy new whip you've given me, I'll be sure to send those bad guys running.
Save the whip for the dragon, kid. Have fun in the war.
Attention! Second Lieutenant Wilbur Caboose Orville, reporting for duty.
Why are you showing my bum? My bum? Your bum to me?
Are you talking to me?
Ma'am, yes ma'am. I have come from the training grounds at the GLA with the finest triplane that Goblin Engineering has to offer, and I am reporting for duty to join Her Majesty's Royal Air Force.
That sounded like Randall for some reason.
Ah yes, that is the finishing touch. Julian down at the GLA equipped the plane with it this morning. I don't think he was an engineer, just an enthusiastic volunteer. She's a large bomb we call the Inside the Park Home Run.
It looks really heavy. How does the plane fly with that?
Well, I haven't tried flying with it yet, just taxiing along the runway at a sensible speed. But there's plenty of space for it to roll around back there, with all those loose tanks of fuel and barrels of gunpowder.
Oh no. I'm gonna confiscate that one. Since we do have a dragon.
Well, there's no way I'm letting you in with this. I wouldn't want you to roller through the streets with this inside the park home run in case you end up inside the park and you know, kablooey. Is that your plane?
Yes, ma'am, indeed it is. A Sop with Gobbo of primo make and model. As I said, the finest that Goblin Engineering has to offer. Would you like to know her name?
No, thank you.
I'm gonna pass.
I call her the Green Baron.
Isn't that Green Baron? Why do I know Sly game has a Green Baron in it. Sly Cooper game.
I said I'd pass. I don't know much about planes, but I know what I like, and I like it.
Ha ha, bully.
What? Why did you call me a bully? Or was that just a phrase?
I've been flying the Green Baron for years now. Earned my wings under King Oswin himself. That was back when you didn't see a whole lot of goblins in the air. I spent a ton on human-colored makeup. She's a good plane and true. It's what's inside that counts.
You've got a lot of confidence in your abilities. I like that in a pilot.
Not just a pilot, don't you know? Second Lieutenant. King Osmond promoted me himself just a few months before his untimely, mysterious passing.
Well, I'm gonna draft you. We need to be the people in the Air Force, even when you have just rolling
All right,
around.
Second Lieutenant, head in and report for duty.
But the bomb! How can I help win the war without my bomb?
You have gunpowder and fuel.
Trust me, I think it would have done more harm than good.
That was the point!
Just keep your eyes on the skies, flyboy.
I don't want a rolling tank, I want a rolling flying airplane. Oh. Ding ding.
Go for Lil.
Lil, Chuck here. I need you to get your butt down to the Goblin Liberation Army headquarters as soon as you can.
What's up?
What's up, Chuck?
My wife, the princess, queen, still not used to that. She has me deploying various non-human agents, groups, and creatures to help with the war effort. And we've discovered a mole.
Oh no.
Like a mole. Not like a mole person. Well, I guess it could be a mole person. We're really not sure at this point. Can you come down to the GLA headquarters and help me sort this out?
Be right
I'll be there as soon as I'm done my shift.
Thanks, Lil. I'm sure you can help us identify the traitor in our midst.
Yep, sounds like something I'd be expected to do.
Due to your good job performance 3, you will pay 20 gold for the shift. Let's see, GLA headquarters.
Lil, thanks for coming. Are you ready to help us whack-a-mole?
What's the scoop so far?
Yesterday, we captured an enemy spy who confessed that they were meeting with their informant, who is part of the GLA. But before we could get a name out of them, the spy chomped down on a poison tooth. We've gathered 6 suspects. One of them is definitely the traitor, but so far they're all sticking to their stories.
Couldn't you just get a mage to put a spell on them? Or better yet, I could go get some truth spray from the shed and be done with this in a flat.
Good thinking. But the guilty party could have built up a tolerance to truth sprays, or be in league with a corrupted wizard from the guild. Your deduction skills are the only method we can truly trust. Think you can help us out?
Well, I have done this once before, but it was a low-stakes situation with my little friends. I guess I'll see what I can figure out.
You can interact with each of them twice. They'll just repeat their stories after that. See if you can detect any inconsistencies about their whereabouts last night, and catch them at a lie.
Oh, this. Oh, that many. I should need a paper and pen for that. Just so I can scribble down what they said. Because my memory is poor. At least when it's come to spoken stuff. Let's see, let's start with you.
Last night I was attending my sister-in-law's cousin's nephew's birthday party. It was quiet down by the Goblin Bowl arena, with it being an away game and all, so I didn't see anyone on my way home.
Okay, last night... alright. My sister-in-law's cousin's nephew's birthday party. Birthday party. It was quite down the Goblin Ball arena. quiet EBA away game. Not seeing anything. Okay.
I don't know why anyone would suspect me. I have a leftover apple tart in my freezer to prove it.
Sure, Bilbo Baggins. Apple tart and freezer, okay. And then we try the elf.
I was quietly meditating in my chambers last eve. The degrading acts of skulking in shadows you're picturing are obviously more in line with a creature half the honor of an elf. Someone like a halfling, perhaps?
The degrading act of skulking in shadows you picture are obviously more in line with the creature half the honor of an elf. No. Less than or smaller than elf.
Fine, I'll confess. I don't actually have any leftover apple tart in my freezer because I ate it on the way home. My sister-in-law's cousin's nephew's mother is a professional cook and I couldn't resist.
Scratch that. I originally had to write that down.
You should lock her up for the crime of making irresistible desserts.
They're half the size, therefore they're half as trustworthy. Stop wasting everyone's time, and accuse that suspicious-looking halfling already.
That's an elf. Accusing halfling. So you're Legolas, I guess.
I know where I was last night. I was at the big game happening downtown, but I'm more concerned about the big guy to my right.
Where were last night? Big game. Concerned by big blue, I guess.
Have you ever met a troll you liked or even trusted? Something seems fishy about his story, if you ask me.
Fishy. Let's see.
I told you, I was at the Goblin Ball Arena last night. I live around the corner from the stadium, so after the match I went straight home, no funny business.
GBA straight home. Not much of a straight home, no for a
I'd ask that elf. Hard to trust those uptight, pointy-eared snobs.
Fishy, troll, and elf. Okay.
I was at a friend's house. A friend who was out of town. I was at their house while they were out of town. They asked me to water their plants while they were out of town. It's the truth.
Was at the friend's house. Town. Okay. Watering plants. I know I'm very into this, but I really need to remember. They asked me to water the plants when we're out of town. Is it true? Okay.
It was. Alright, fine, you caught me. I didn't go to a friend's house to water their plants. I was out on a date with a human I met last week.
Okay, Stitch. Date with human.
Guess I still feel weird talking about it, but the date went great.
Great for you.
Listen, I know everyone's gonna think it was me because I'm a literal mole. But last night I was at a bar in Little Ogre Town watching the Goblin Ball game, I swear.
I know everyone's going to think of me because I'm a little one, but last night I was at the bar. In Little Ogre Town. Ogre Town. Watching
I never miss a game, even when they're out of town like they were last night.
Away game. Yeah, so it should be what? How? Do they have TV? I didn't saw any TV on the Twisted Sisters. Now I miss a game. Watching GB. Never missed a game. Okay.
I honestly have no idea who the traitor is, but all I know is that it's not me. Ask anyone who works at the bar in Little Ogre Town. They'll remember me. I'm a really bad tipper.
Bad tipper, yeah.
Last night, I was here with Chuck organizing flyers for the war rally. You can ask him yourself, but if you're looking for a mole, look to my left. They're literally a mole. What more could you ask for?
You can ask him yourself, but if you look for more.
Chuck will vouch for me. I was here. I've got Brawler Seasons tickets, so some nights I'm at the arena, but last night they were playing out of town. As to who the traitor is, I don't know what else to tell you. Don't overthink it. They're a freaking mole person. You're looking for a mole! Come on!
So, Lil, who is it? Who is the traitor?
Have I asked him? Not yet.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I can't ask him. Okay, so let's just go around everyone.
Last night I was attending my sister-in-law's cousin's nephew's birthday party. It was quiet down by the Goblin Bowl arena, with it being an away game and all, so I didn't see anyone on my way home.
Quiet at the Goblin Bowl.
I don't know why anyone would suspect me. I have a leftover...
Did you say?
I know where I was last night. I was at the big game happening downtown, but I'm more concerned about the big guy to my right.
He was at the game downtown, but it was an away game.
Have you ever met a troll you liked or even trusted? Something seems fishy about his story, if you ask.
He watched it at the bar. It was away game. The mole, and this one was at a date. You are the mole person.
So, Lil, who is...
Sorry.
I think it was
Are you sure? Yes.
the Cyclops.
What? Why me?
Because you claimed you went to the Goblin Ball match last night, but the Brawlers played an away game. You're clearly lying.
Very clever, little girl, but it's no matter. You and your kingdom will burn, and out of the ashes a new glorious nation shall be born.
I'm glad I wrote this down.
Take them away, Carl.
Good work, Lil. We couldn't have done it without you. We'll make sure they're properly punished for their crimes.
Oh, just one more thing before I go.
Yes?
I got nothing. I just always wanted to say that.
The I don't know Colosseum. I didn't know Colosseum was at the washroom. Yeah, I forgot how I named it that. Let's see if there is any in game. Why are you hiding?
Is there someone hiding behind that tree?
It's me, Fredo. Here to facilitate all of your illegal gambling needs.
I thought you were banned.
I was, but I figure I can run faster than that ogre they've got running security. So it's a gamble I'm willing to take. Speaking of gambling...
No, thank you.
I think I've gambled enough in this game.
You've already got money riding on it?
Yes, that's what I meant.
You're breaking my heart if you're working with another bookie. And let me know if you want to double your chances.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have time to answer a few questions today?
Sure, why not?
Sure, why not?
Well, that's just great. Brace yourself for some pole zazz. That's a pole, but with pizzazz, in case you forgot.
Possess me.
As you can see, the Sprawl Brawler's mascot is an anthropomorphized version of the Great Sprawl Tree, raising an angry fist at its opponents. When you think of an ideal Goblin Ball mascot, it should be...
Putrid. Oh, I don't know what that word means. Do you guys know what putrid means? I have to search that word up. Putrid. What's that? Of organic matter, decaying or rotting. Oh, no thanks. I want it to be fierce.
Okay, great! And when you picture an animal that embodies the spirit of the Brawlers, you picture
A rat on fire?
That's great! Thank you for your time. Please accept this decorative crystal as a token of our thanks.
Hi, Granny.
Buns, 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 buns!
Oh god, not again.
Hey, kid, we've got this one in the bag. This team is absolutely swimming in a secret sauce. It's a lock. We're a shoo-in to win it.
Wait, did it juice them up? Okay.
I knew you'd come back to your old pal. Here are the teams at play, kiddo. Which one do you want to hear about? What a ragtag team this turned out to be. With all their star players off either fighting in or defecting and fleeing from the war, this was a real scramble to find anyone willing to play.
You got your few eager and excited hardcore fans out on the field, but then you got some real slobs they had to drag out of the gutter. But hey, it's the home team, right? Here are the teams at play, kiddo. This team is made up of extremely elderly former Goblin Ball superstars. Their fundamentals are unmatched, but most of them are quite hard of hearing, can't hear their captain call plays, and it gets a little, shall we say, chaotic out there. Their star frontman on the tube slide is one to watch, because he tends to wander off and we don't want him to get lost. Here are the teams at...
I
What a
won't.
rag... You got your few... How much are you looking to get?
I got 32, so I can bet 10. Yes.
All right, kid. Your bet is in. Good luck.
And down.
Let's watch some Goblin Ball.
Yeah. I hope for the best, hope for the best.
I don't know if I can really call what we've seen today Goblin Ball. Whoever rustled this motley crew of sprawl men, women, and creatures should be slapped in the mouth.
Oh?
Not to mention the Barranquilla Barracudas. Their star frontsman on the tube slide is playing like he had a stroke. What? What's that? I've just been alerted that the Barracuda's star frontsman on the tube slide has suffered a massive stroke. I feel terrible. Now, back to our live coverage. Since the 9th quarter, something has come over these ragtag sprawl noobs. Now we're talking, now we're cooking with gas. They've closed the Barracuda's slight lead and it's all tied up. It just comes down to the final triple hopscotch. Number 12 heads into the straightaway, hops, and they've done it! This unlikely team of misfits wins the day!
Yay! We got 40 out of that one.
Lucky guess, kid. Come back next time for all your illegal gambling needs. Just ask for Fredo.
Thanks, man. No. Oops. I keep... is it this way? Oh. Wait, how do I get out? There you go. Go be shoppy. We need to sell the nuke. Can't have any nukes on us when we sleep.
Lil, how are you holding up?
Not too many game overs today, Garbs.
I'm not really sure what that means, but maybe I've got something for it.
Ooh, almost 60. Let's see. What do I want? I want an X-ray. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 11, and I got 12. Let's have another metal detector. And yeah, we can sell these pictures. We don't need them anymore. And I think we take another code. We go back. And let's go in and see what's going on in the bar.
Oh, hi, Lil. Back home after a long day's work?
Yeah.
You know it.
What a laugh. You, a working stiff.
It's a riot. Hey, Arda, you got a pen and paper? I want to send my dad another letter.
Oh, sure. Here you go.
This time, I really want to cheer Dad up. What kind of joke should I tell him?
Write a good joke. I don't want any dirty jokes to worry Dad about. Yeah.
That should put a smile on his face. Thanks, Arda. Can you send it for me?
My pleasure. I know how much your dad loves to hear from you. We're all thinking of your dad, Lil.
The Mages Guild is gathering in the Sprawl to discuss our place in the war efforts. Been a long time since we've all been summoned together like this.
Who summoned you?
The High Council of the Mages Guild summoned their membership by sending a glowing green light into the sky. A sort of signal that tells us we're all needed.
I get it. The mage signal. Good thing you were looking up.
You're telling me?
Are you sure you're interested in hearing about more lore from this aging stoner? Yeah.
The reason I founded the Mages Guild was so that we wouldn't have to all gather together this way. It was a set of guiding principles that all mages would adhere to. So if you knew a mage, you knew what to expect. Kept people from fearing us.
That sounds to me like a good thing. A set of governing rules to make sure people feel safe? Am I wrong?
I think we are on a repeat there.
I don't think you are, but darker forces in the guild should. If we don't stop them, they're...
Thanks for the chat.
Anytime, little buddy.
Oh, this is so weird, being out with you. Anybody could see.
Aw, honey. It's what's on the inside that matters. I'm not embarrassed to be seen with you.
Embarrassed to be seen with me? I'm worried someone's going to see me with a human and tell my mother.
Oh, brother.
Him too.
Yeah, we've all been there in the teenage years, I guess.
I think I've done everything I need to do, but
Hit the hay. Okay, the Petrodian envoy, Phantom Harcourt III, returned to Petrodia in disgrace, without having presented himself to the Queen of Sprawl. Prince Phineas was suspicious of his envoy story and had Phantom imprisoned and sentenced to spend the remainder of his day toiling deep in the mines of March. He died alone and friendless, never again playing his precious Petrodian greeting bugle. Well, he never had it to begin with, so... But poor him. Having smuggled a few food supplement bars known as Soylent Bridge into prison with him, the catering corp rep found himself extremely popular on the inside. The inmates couldn't get enough of those bars, especially Cannibal Ricky. All this positive attention landed the catering corp rep a job assignment as a cook in the prison cafeteria. For the next few months, one by one, the prison inmates seemed to vanish into thin air. There was no evidence of a jailbreak, but the warden knew those prisoners had to be escaping somehow, and the trail led down towards the kitchen. The warden and his guard raided the cafeteria and made their way to the kitchen, where they discovered a large pot filled with ingredients for making Soylent Beige. It was filled with people, or at least hatched up pieces of them. The warden immediately sought to question the new cook, but the catering corp rep had managed to escape while they were raiding the kitchen. After a shocking surprise victory for the Sprawl Brawlers, Albert St. Lush was actually given a job and went to become a 3-time Goblin Ball Manager of the Year. Under his leadership, the team won a whopping 5 championship titles. Although his methods were at first deemed questionable, the league eventually changed its rules around the use of illegal performance enhancing drugs. This resulted in transformation of the sport. The fans were all for it. The crowds loved seeing those roided up super monsters smashing the absolute beep out of each other. Echo arrived at the guild hall just in time to speak out against Tyrannus and his plan to demand greatly increased powers for the mages from Queen. Echo successfully argued that the guild should use its power to support City Council and God Corp and help the people the war was hurting instead. Due to Echo's timely intervention, Tyrannus did not get to two-third majority vote that he needed. He and his fellows loudly insisted that the election was stolen, and Tyrannus vowed to use his own power to stop this war, by any means necessary. His people formed a radical group that dubbed itself the Freedom Caucus, and they soon vacated the guild hall in a huff. Echo breathed a sigh of relief at the job well done. He took a trip to his favorite haunt, the Sprawl's premier bowling alley, Pinheads. It was a pretty righteous way to end the day. Correctly identifying as being the traitor, the guilty Cyclops was loaded into a catapult and flung at a brick wall the next morning. There was much rejoicing. The Sprawl and his secrets were now safe thanks to your masterful detective work. Okay, battle! Yay, we did it! As the dawn sun rose, it was clear that the Sprawl had triumphed. The smoke slowly cleared from the patch of sky where the battle between clouds had been fought. It was later said that one of the clouds was shaped like a short giraffe and the other one looked like a bowl of fruit. With his hopes of participating in the battle dashed, Professor Pog hid in countryside for 79 days. He emerged and fooled his chums at the Royal Academy Club into thinking that he had in fact sailed around the world in record-breaking time. To sum up, he hid in a barn, managed to bamboozle his fellow academics, and received a free beer for his efforts. The little Primaris dragon, commanding her dragon, Peaches, using the bullwhip you loaned her, burned through the enemy's defenses. When they got home from the battle, her father was so proud, he vowed right there and then to leave her in charge more often so he could continue to go down to the pub and bet on Goblin Ball. Unencumbered by the inside the park home run bomb, Wilbur Caboose Orwell performed impressive piloting the Green Baron. In fact, he made an impressive 8 kills single-handedly and was awarded the Golden Wings, the highest honor for a Sprawl aviator, and was the first goblin to receive the prestigious award. That's good. Good we took that nuke from him. Level 10, the last level, wasn't it?
Had to have been one of the more exciting games of Goblin Ball I've ever seen. Who'd have thought that the Brawlers and the Barranquilla Barracudas could have come together so last minute and put on a game like that? Rhonda, did you see the Brawlers' new mascot? You mean that fierce rat on fire looking thing? Yes, that's the one. I like it. I hate it. Well, there we are, split again. And on our most sacred national holiday, St. Swithin's Day. Perfect segue, Rhonda. Happy St. Swithin's Day to all our listeners. Just a reminder, many stores and services will be closed today. We'll now take the traditional 267 minutes of bagpipes in honor of St. Swithin's Day.
Nice music. I can just sit there and chill with the music. Oh. Well. Let's turn that off.
Huh. I guess there's no letter from Dad today because of the holiday. I hope he's doing okay.
I hope so too. Hope we didn't kill him with the joke. More rats. We're the rats.
Come on, give it back already. Stop saying that.
All right, break it up, you two.
Lil, what are you doing here?
I live here. What are you doing here?
I work here. I got a job getting rid of the rats.
There's a lot of rats in here, Lamont.
I'm not very good at it. These rats are pretty smart. This one stole a crystal that I found. No, I found it. Ugh. Lil, can you talk to him or something?
Hey, rat. Meow.
The rat looks at you with an expression that conveys that it is not only embarrassed for you, but for all humans in existence. It moves, revealing a mage-grade crystal.
Hey, he gave it back. Thanks, Lil. Now, shoo.
Okay, jeez. I have to go to work anyways.
No, not you. The rat. Can you tell Isla and Simon that I won't be able to meet up with them? I have to clear all these rats before this place opens tonight. You might as well take this crystal.
Thanks, I needed that. Where's Simon?
I was supposed to meet him down by the docks.
And where's Isla?
I was supposed to meet her at Councilwoman Asher's office.
Oh, we went up the ladder.
I don't need luck. I need a foolproof way to get rid of these rats.
Rats. Rats. Hey there, rats. Dear whoever reads this note, Garby's Emporium of Wonder will be closed in honor of St. Swithin Day. Please feel free to take your business to some other establishment in town. Oh wait, there isn't one. I'm the only shop you got. I have you people in capitalist chokehold. Ha 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 ha. Store will be open tomorrow at 9 p.m. P.S. If this is Lil, I saw your hooligan friends when I wrote this note and I got a shift's worth of crystal if you can track them down. Okay. Let's track them down. One by the docks and one by Ashes. Oi. Let's go to Ash's office first.
Lil? How unexpected.
could say the same about you. What are you doing in Ash's office?
I'm volunteering as her unpaid intern. My mom said this will fast-track me to get into the Youth Politician Training Program for Two-Faced Cutthroats and Liars, or the YPTPT-FCL. She says it'll help build character.
Yikes. I'm here because I'm supposed to tell you that Lamont won't be able to meet up later. He's, stuck at the office.
Ah, that hard-working lug. He'll be the perfect trophy husband for me. He's so distractingly handsome that it'll both impress and intimidate my opponents.
Wow. Again?
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do to help you with that.
Now that you mention it.
Oh, crap.
The YPTPT-FCL does have an entrance exam that I could use your help with. And I've got something from Garby if you do.
Okay.
What do I have to do?
There are a couple of questions about current and historical affairs that I still need to answer. Here we go. What was the name of the late King Oswin's father?
Oh. Artemis? Maverick? Maverick sounds... Artemis or Maverick? Do you guys know? I hope you know. Artemis or Maverick? I think... Maverick.
Okay, question 2. What is the current name of the Goblin Ball Stadium?
I don't know, whatever. I don't know Colosseum, that's a washroom.
Great. Question 3. The Crown Prince of Petrard, Phineas Pomp, is the son of...
King Phineas and Queen Buttermilk, was it?
And last one. Mega rock superstar Vlad Extreme plays what kind of instrument?
Playing Suzuki?
Okay, that's all the questions. Thanks so much for your help, Lil. Here, take this. It's from Garby.
I hope she gets in. I'll be sad. I'll be sad if she doesn't. The dungeon. Let's go to the docks first. The sound of large families starting their day can be heard through the flaps of the tent.
Hello there, Lil.
Seamus McGoblin, what brings you and your family to the docks?
Oh, we live here now. Things got a bit tight after the war started, so we had to relocate. It's not the prettiest or safest place to live.
But...
No, but this place is awful.
Well, at least you're all together, right?
Oh, not so. One of our boys, teeny Tom McGoblin, was lagging behind when we fled, so we had to hurry along without him. He should be arriving in the sprawl any day now. If you're working the gate, would you mind not giving him too much trouble and let him in?
Bribe me.
I might be inclined to let him in, for a price.
I live in a shanty town at the docks with my entire family. What could I possibly have to give you?
Your paint buckets?
I had to sell those to afford the shanty, and now I can't even decorate it.
Afford shanty. Isn't shanty a song?
Life is hard for the Mogoblin clan.
Oh, Hatman.
Mr. Fantastico! I haven't seen you around for a bit.
My journey for the most fantastic hat took me to the countryside, where I was drafted into the war.
Well, that sucks. But you're back now. Does that mean my dad is back too?
Unfortunately, your father remains at the front lines. I, however, got sent home for wearing too many fantastic hats. Apparently, it was alerting the enemy to our presence.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy you're home, and that you got to try on some fantastic hats.
But they were not fantastic enough. My journey, it continues. Also, your father gave me this letter to give to you.
A letter from Dad.
Yay.
Dear Lil, thanks for your last letter. I really enjoyed reading it, especially that joke you told. I told it to a couple of guys, who told it to a couple of other guys, who then told it to the captain herself. And they all agreed I wouldn't be allowed to tell jokes anymore.
No.
I hope everyone at home is doing well. I forgot that before I left for the war, I owed my bookie some money. I put 30 gold in this envelope so you can pay him back for me. His name is Fredo. This war is tough, but they say there will be a ceasefire on St. Swithin's Day, so that's something to look forward to. But what's really keeping me going through the darkest moments is the thought of getting back to you. I love you, Lil. Please write back soon. Love, Dad.
I better write back to him. Hey, Mr. Capello, do you have a pen and paper on you? Fantastic or otherwise?
Of course, child.
Dad got a little mushy at the end of that last one. How should I respond?
I can play it off. Live with a write a letter that suggests everything is going great in order to make your father feel better. Are you sure? Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Capello, do you think you could mail this letter for me, fantastically or otherwise?
Of course, child. I will search for a stamp for your letter that is so fantastic that it stops the postman in his tracks and makes him cry to the heavens, "Wow! Now that is one fantastic stamp!"
Or, you know, whatever's the cheapest.
No, that can't be safe. Nope, that can't be safe at all.
Step right up, folks, and take your turn at being a winner. Find the queen and uncover a royal prize. How about you, young lady? Care to be a winner? Simon, it's me, Lil. Lamont says he's stuck at work and won't be able to meet up with you. Hey, Uncle Fredo, she's made me. What do I do?
Just play it cool and act like you've never seen her before.
Sorry, ma'am, who I'm gonna act like I've never seen before. Would you care to play a game that's almost guaranteed to make you a winner? My mom got drafted to the front lines. Until she gets back, I've been staying with my Uncle Fredo. We kind of move all over, running different con games.
Never admit you're running a con.
I've got something from Garby for you, but I can't just give them to you. You'll have to play for them.
Let's play them.
Alright, what's the hustle? It's not a scam at all, ma'am. All you need to do is find the queen. She's one of the 3 cards you see in front of you. Just keep your eye on the prize.
Okay, in the middle.
Where's the queen?
This one.
Congratulations! You found the queen, you won the jackpot.
Easy.
You're making it too easy.
Since I'm stuck here, could you be a pal and make sure Isla knows about Lamont not showing up? She's gonna be crushed.
She already knows. Monkey Island, Astutska. We get it, you don't need to literally point to your influence. Let's see. Let's go to the dungeon, see how the chef is doing. Oh no, he ran away, didn't he? No, he's there. No one's in the office. Let's go to the dig site, see what's going on there.
Lil, it's good that you're here. Wait, tell me, are we having this conversation for the first time? Second? Are we stuck in a loop?
Let's reassure her.
We are not stuck in a time loop. I don't mess with the chronometer after hours. I'm frightened enough of being sent back in time or forward in space or whatever. Using it at the guard shed.
I'm glad to hear it. The readings I've been receiving from the device have been outside of my comfort zone. Not to mention the fact that those mages seem hell-bent on manufacturing another one.
What is with those mages? It seems like for every lovable stoner like Echo, there's 3 spooks like Tyronius these days.
That's an extremely perceptive observation. You're working the night shift again tonight, correct? I'd like to requisition an upgrade for one of your tools. Which one would you like me to upgrade?
The X-ray machine.
It is done.
Gee, thanks. That's awesome.
I just hope it's not too little too late considering what we're up against.
Wait, what?
What does that mean?
Just stay focused on the task at hand. That's all any of us can do.
That's still pretty vague.
I'm just trying to get us through this in one piece.
Fine, don't tell me.
Goodbye, Lil.
Goodbye, Dr. B.
Well, that was ominous. Let's go to the Twisted Sisters just one quick moment. Before we doing the last shift. There's still rats there.
I don't need luck.
Okay, now we start the shift. I think this is the last one, last shift of the game. Whoa. Monster manual, huh? Forest entities. Hehe. Okay, rare, stomp and pump. Swerve the first transformation, mundane tree to sentient. Here we did meet the forest ant, didn't we? He is in the reception or the office. Running for office, I guess. Yeah. ghost. Lycanthrope, we have already seen that. Mole people, we have seen that. Necromancer, mages, we have seen that. Vampires, we have seen. Very classy guy. Witch, I don't think we have seen any witches. And zombies, we haven't seen. Yay. Everything's filled. Begin the day. Six people today. Okay.
Why, hello, my dear. I'm just coming home from a long night tending the apple orchards.
Are you a witch?
It's almost harvest season, and it couldn't come at a better time with the food shortage. Will you let me pass?
What did I say about witches? Though they are rare and often indistinguishable from regular folk, it's possible to encounter a witch whilst on guard duty. There are tests that can be done to confirm they are or not a witch. For example, if the suspect witch weighs the same as a duck, it confirms they are made of wood and therefore a witch. Wait, what? There are tests that can be done to confirm whether they are or not a witch. For example, if the suspect witch weighs the same as a duck, it confirms they are made of wood and therefore are a witch. In practical terms, witches are not so different from regular folk. However, by their ulterior motives, they often have plans on the go, and the moral compasses have a tendency to be, well, differently calibrated. Okay.
I've got the first apples of what looks to be a very fruitful harvest. Tee-hee! Just a little gardening humor, dear. I'm using them to make a delicious pie. It's my absolute favorite recipe from my absolute favorite cookbook. See?
I don't see how it could be a fruitful harvest this year. There's a war raging outside our walls. That can't have a positive impact on the orchards.
No, dear, you're right. The orchards were a bit sad. But still, a few good apples, and we should be able to make pies for every grown-up in the sprawl.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a truth spray on you, miss. Or Miss Nilsist.
With all of these candies wrapped in foil, I can fatten up the children of the sprawl. Then, with these delicious magical apples, I'll put the fat little piggies to sleep and bake them into delicious pies.
Yeah, I am not sure I'm not gonna let you enter. Deny access.
But my plans! My glorious, glorious plans! And my delicious pie!
You'll just have to take it somewhere else, sister.
All right, but before I go, I'll share a secret with you. This is no ordinary apple. It's a magic wishing apple.
Wishing apple?
Yes, one bite and all your wishes come true. Would you like to take it?
I'm gonna return that to you.
No thanks. I've got this thing about taking food from strangers.
What a clever little girl you are.
Meat pies made out of kids. Well, that's a That's a Kinder Surprise. You figure out her does The Studley planner, I don't know. Okay, I need to... I'm gonna ban this one. There's some bots that I don't like. I need to copy those text and ban these. Hey!
It is the same Little Guardsman who admitted Scary Tree Monster in our previous encounter. I am here today to attend a meeting at your puny and horribly decorated City Hall. I was successful in my bid to represent the constituents of Darkwood Forest on the outskirts of Caladar. You are now looking at Mayor Scary Tree Monster. I ran unopposed and threatened to stomp and thwomp any who entered the race against me. It was a landslide.
Yay.
No wonder you ran unopposed. I wouldn't want to get stomped and or thwomped either.
Smart kid.
So what's your business here
In my
today?
new capacity as an elected official, I have been in communication with Councilwoman Ash and Lieutenant Stryker. They each have plans to use my newfound political capital to achieve their goals. So many options for Mayor Scary Tree Monster.
You're telling me that two of the royal advisors want a meeting with a tree monster mayor who won his campaign by threatening to stomp on any opposition?
Stomp and thwomp, yes.
Let's see. I wonder what I should do with that one. Since we have 7 people today, 6 people.
The presses of elected office are more than I ever imagined, constantly trying to make big policy announcements and keep a step ahead of the press. It is quite the grind, if I'm being honest. I was very pleased to hear from Councilwoman Ash and Lieutenant Stryker, but their requests were polar opposites from each other. I'm not sure which of them I should listen to.
Aww. Well, you're going to enter and you can decide for yourself if you want to believe them or not.
Mayor Scary Tree Monster humbly accepts entry into the sprawl.
Oh well, that's very nice to hear it.
To stomp and thwomp any who oppose his demands.
You admitted the former terrifying tree creature turned public servant. Good call. Otherwise you would have been stomped and thwomped. Where? Oh, zombies. What did they say about zombies? Look, the only zombies we have around here are old-timey, slow-moving ones. Thank God. Treat them like sheep. Herd them around where you need them. They're relatively harmless.
You're supposed to say, bruh. I almost thought that might work.
Do they have anything on them? Yeah, I don't think we need any zombies in our Inner city.
Sorry, you can't come in today. They're wandering off. Bye, zombies!
They are harmless, but on average, you did the right thing. Hey, Mole Man.
Oh, hi. You must be Lil. I was told to come to these gates so that I could be looked after by you. I'll be heading in now unless you need something else from me.
Mole Man, what would we say about him? Long ago, a subset of human elves carved out a life lived on the ground. This evolutionary branch began to change to accommodate their new existence. They become smaller, relying more heavily on their sense of smell and hearing than the soon underdeveloped eyesight. In addition, their hands and fingers became more claw-like because of the digging. While considered disfigured and even monstrous by some, please do not persecute the mole people. They are not to be punted. After all, without the mole person labor and digging know-how, the sprawl wouldn't enjoy the world's greatest sewer system.
So, who told you to come see me?
Aw, geez. It's kind of a top secret project I'm working on. I don't think I should say much more about it. It's on the up and up, but I'm afraid it's also pretty hush-hush.
Name and species?
Always the same. Poxitani Polly, mole person.
Let me just turn to mole person in the good old monster manual.
I am not a monster. I am a person. A mole person. If you prick us, do we not bleed? Well, that's a bad example. We don't bleed easily. Mole people have exceptionally fast healing, but that's pseudoscience for another impassioned speech. I am not a monster, and I do not care to be labeled as such. With that, I shall take my leave. Goodbye.
I'm sorry. I want to rewind that one. That one.
Oh, hi.
So, who told...
Aw, gee.
Top secret. Whoa. And they sent you straight to me, eh? Yep, that sounds about right. I'm kind of the best guardsman on the force these days.
That's not what I was told.
What were you told?
I was told that you were trustworthy if a bit... Well, that's not important. I was told you were trustworthy.
I want the top secret digs.
The GLA floated a plan to dig a tunnel under the outer walls to access essential supplies from the outside. I'm here to get the project started.
That's good to know. You are welcome.
I'll be off to take care of this top secret assignment. Thanks, kid. I knew I was right to come to your gate.
You heard the detail of the tunnel plan finally coming to fruition, remember? The one we first told you about in level 8? Good. Go you.
Hello.
What in the good sunny day are you?
Holy hell! You're actually a nightmare come to life.
Is it the belt?
What? No.
Is it the knife and the hockey mask?
And the knife glove. Yes.
Are you sure it's not the belt? Because I have a big job interview today, and I don't want anything to ruin it.
It's not the belt.
just these here knife hands. This outfit doesn't really have pockets.
What's with those? Is that really practical?
Honestly, no. But it looks scary, so it serves that purpose.
Ever forget you have it on and go to scratch somewhere?
All the time. Why do you think I'm wearing the mask? And what's worse is that it's allergy season.
Is she a witch? Is there any monster? Ghost first and necromancer, vampire. No.
So, what's your name?
Greaves. First name, Stabatha.
Scabatha!
Tabitha Greaves. Terrifying figure of utter horror. I do not have you on my list.
Oh, they don't know I'm coming.
And you said you had a job interview today in the sprawl?
Well, not in the sprawl, but cutting through would save me some travel time. I'm headed to the outdoor wilderness camp at Lake Scream and Die. I'm applying to be a camp counselor. Well, reapplying.
Outdoor wilderness? I didn't know there was such a thing as indoor wilderness.
What do you think houseplants are?
Touché. Maybe we should do a little pre-interview interview. You know, for practice.
Good idea.
So, Stabatha, why do you want to work at this horribly named camp?
Oh, I've been a camper at Lake Scream and Die for a while now. I met all my friends there. I died there. It's been a major part of my life.
You're a ghost.
Oh my, wow, okay. And what would you say is your biggest strength?
Punctuality.
And your biggest weakness?
Probably wanting to kill all the other camp counselors in gruesome and horrific ways.
How can you be so punctual when you don't even wear a watch?
All right, you caught me. That was a lie, but I really need this job so I can get my revenge on those camp counselors who lured me out into the woods that night and left me to die.
Let's just try to stick to the truth from now on, alright?
Should we let her in and let her get the revenge and prevent any more murder? Or should we ban her? She's supposed to be a ghost, so I don't think she can do any harm in that way. But the metal detector detected her metal. The knives, I mean. Meeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think I'm gonna let her in. So to prevent from any more left.
You are free to enter. I'd wish you luck on the interview, but the people I probably should be wishing luck to are your soon-to-be victims.
Yeah, they don't stand a chance.
Have fun!
Sorry, I forgot I cut your phone line and didn't fix it. I hate to leave you vulnerable.
That's very considerate of you, Stabatha.
That was a surprise and a half. You have opened the door for a deranged psychocorpse lady to slaughter a handful of horny teenagers. Yeah, I'm gonna rewind that one. I needed to be at least a 3.
Hello.
Holy heck!
Is it?
What?
Is it the?
And the night? It's not.
You are going. Well, she did cut my phone. Cost like a...
The phone lines, they don't work. It looks like the wire was cut.
Yeah, you caught me. It's a thing I do to make sure the people I want to kill can't call for help.
But you don't want to kill me, right?
Depends on if you let me in or not. Ha ha.
Ha ha.
Ha ha.
She's a ghost, so she could be able to walk in if you want. I'm gonna deny that.
Now, Stabitha, promise you're not gonna murder me.
I can't promise that.
But I'm not gonna let you in.
I understand. You're just doing your job. I guess I'm taking the long way to Lake Scream and Die. If I don't get the job because I was running late, I'll come back and tell you all about it.
Oh God, what have I done?
Sorry, I forgot I cut your phone line.
That's very considerate of you, Stabitha.
Sure you don't want to change your mind about letting me in?
Still no.
No, I really don't think I should let you in.
Okay, I admire your conviction.
Okay, thank you, Stabitha.
She's scary as hell. You bought a handful of horny teenager a few days before getting cut apart by a deranged psychocorpse lady. You bought a handful of a few days. Oh yeah. Was there a way you could have saved them? Probably. But I'm not gonna rewind anymore.
You got a call there
Ghostbuster.
may or may not be something strange going on in your general vicinity.
Who are you now?
Ghost finders.
Hey.
Ghost finders? So what, you find ghosts?
That's right.
People call us when they suspect some paranormal activities. We come in and we find out what's what.
Whoa, that's cool, I guess. I always heard that ghosts don't exist.
That is what all the experts say.
And the scholars.
And the historians.
And just about everyone else around the sprawl. But are you sure they don't?
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
But not 100%?
Well, not 100.
Boom! Ghost finders at your service.
Alright, letting go of the fact that I'm almost positive that ghosts aren't real, how would you find them?
It takes an incredible amount of energy to find wraiths, specters, and other phantom apparitions, you know.
Energy? Like from power crystals?
Yep.
You expect me to believe that you can really find ghosts with power crystals?
Sure can. You just drop one in the valve of my trusty Ghostometer 3000 here, and then it whirls around in the proton part, then poof! Ghost found.
Ghostometer. That just sounds like the chromometer.
I have doubt.
Wait, what? What? Hey, it's the king!
Oh my God! There's a ghost right behind you!
Nice try, kid. You gotta wake up pretty early to get the jump on the ghost find.
Take a look for yourself if you don't believe me.
Oh my God! A ghost!
Ah! Let's get out of here!
My hour is almost come.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing, revenge my foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder? Who done it?
That villainous mage Tyronius Athanatos.
How?
With juice of cursed Hebenon in a vial,
and in the porches of mine ears did pour the leprous distilment.
He poured poison in your ear? That's a really weird way to kill someone.
Remember me.
Remember me.
Whoa, I knew that Tyronius was no good, but this is another level.
You were visited by the actual ghost of King Oswin. You learn more about the full extent of Tyronius' evil plan. That's good. Hey!
It is imperative that you invite me in. The sun is coming up. Oh, well, that was easy.
Hey! 3.65. And back to the tavern we go for our morning sleep.
Let me guess, we're finally gonna have the best friend taco party I've been dreaming about since level 5.
Excuse me, what?
You're not a part of this, Chuck.
Lil, I have something important to discuss with you.
Wait a minute, where's your emerald necklace? And why are you wearing that? That's just like the one that creepy Tyronius has.
It was a gift from Tyronius on behalf of the Mages Guild to keep me safe.
Tyronius has been giving me big bad guy energy since level 1. I would ditch that amulet immediately.
That is for me to decide. Lil, I have something I need to tell you.
Desi, I know we talked about this, but are you sure? Lil's done a lot for us.
I am not having this conversation again. It is entirely inappropriate what you've been put through. That is why tomorrow will be your last guard shift.
But we're at war. I've been doing a good job, I think. I feel like in lots of little ways I've been, I don't know, changing the course of fate.
Desi, sure, she's a kid. And no, it's probably not fair. But she's proven she's more than meets the eye plenty of times. You were the reason I asked her to uncover the spy in the GLA.
True as that may be, it's time she was relieved of her duty.
Where is all of this coming from? I thought we were, you know, friends.
Friends? With you? Someone who has been acting in her own self-interest against the crown? Tyronius has told me the true nature of your character.
Oh, I see we are being brainwashed, Your Highness.
Tyronius? He's nuts, and he gives off real main villain energy. Why would you believe anything that creepy ghoul factory has to say?
Because he has accepted the role as my advisor.
He's your 4th advisor?
4th, and perhaps only, if the other 3 remain so utterly useless.
You're gonna fire Stryker? I mean, I get Shit Cannon Ash and Malcolm, but don't you think it's better to, you know, have multiple opinions when it comes to big decisions?
Not anymore. And neither does Tyronius. He also thinks it is time for this little game to be over.
These don't sound like your words.
She's right, honey. They don't.
Listen to me. I have made my decision. Tomorrow will be your final shift. We will not suffer those who speak against the Queen of the Sprawl.
Desdemona, listen to yourself.
I will not be spoken to like that by a filthy... I'm sorry. I'm under so much pressure. I need to lie down. I don't feel quite like myself right now. Lil, I'm sorry, but it's almost time for the end. Chuck, take me home.
This doesn't make any sense. I've worked my ass off for you and the bloody sprawl, not to mention the idiot triplet advisors, and now you're following that Tyronius asshole's advice? Fine, I quit.
You can't quit. You were already relieved of duty.
This sucks.
I'm sorry, Lil. I'll try to talk to her. Good night.
Yeah, she's under a bad spell with that amulet. I should have taken it in from the first level. Okay, just gonna wet the windpipe. Lil has foiled Brunhild, the morally questionable, to say the least, plan to fatten the children in sprawl with candy and then bake them into pies. The witch left in a huff. She took a hard look at her scheme and really thought about why people were often disgusted at the idea of eating pies made out of children. So she pivoted and created a line of vegan apple pies. That's good. After months of tweaking her recipe to perfection, she baked some of the most incredible pies you ever tasted. She made the best cover of the Sprawl Tatler newspaper, was declared best new restaurant, and was much rejoicing. Yay! Mayor Scary Tree Monster arrived at the Sprawl City Hall just as the other councillors were voting on a controversial new bill. A bill that included, among other things, plan to cut down Little Darkwood Forest. His Darkwood Forest on the outskirts of Kaldar. There was no way Mayor Scary Tree Monster was going to let them cut his home. Immediately halted the vote and commenced with what witnesses called the most drawn out and confusing filibuster speech they had ever heard. Sure, Mayor Scary Tree Monster didn't speak as slowly as some of his aunt cousin, but he knew how to take his time when he needed to. The filibuster worked, the vote was rejected, and the bill did not pass. This was the highlight of Major Scary Tree Monster's political career. No longer would the denizens of the forest need to worry about the use Darkwood Forest lumber to build orphanage for sick and injured children separated from their parents by the war and help them get their parents back, Bill. Not anymore. Okay. Yeah, they can use other food types. As the zombie horde meandered away from the sprawl, one of the undead amblers strayed from the pack. This zombie found himself wandering into a party at the beach house on the crystal shore of Lake Inns. Amazingly, he was in the former owner of the house and was quickly recognized by two of his former employees at the party. They knew that their guests would be alarmed at seeing their former friend in current zombified form, so they came up with a harebrained scheme to pretend that he was no zombie, and began to move him from room to room, waving and nodding him at all the unsuspecting party guests. Unfortunately, since he was a zombie and not just a corpse, this whimsical reenactment of the movie Weekend at Bernie's took a dark turn. The zombie immediately bit his two former employees, turned them both into brain-hungry monsters. The three spent the remainder of the party biting and turning other guests. No. The zombies would have been the perfect host except for one small thing. He was undead. With the arrival of Puck's, the mole man, Polly, the build a secret tunnel to get the supplies from the outside plan could officially get underway. The project was complete in a record time, with team leader Polly attributing some of its success to having the opportunity to unpack and talk through the secret plan on his way through the city. For the first time in months, substantial amount of food made its way into the sprawl. That's good to hear. Stabata, Greaves, arrived at the camp at Lake Scream and Die just after nightfall. After the campers were asleep in the cabins and the council were gathered down by the water for an end of summer bash. Over a roaring bonfire, the councillors went around the circle playing guitar and singing and talking about their favorite memories from the summer. Some of them mentioned the outdoor games, others mentioned hooking up with other councillors, and one person even mentioned enjoying the camp food, yak. But one of them mentioned what happened to Stabata. It seemed to Stabata, concealed in bushes, that they had really enjoyed themselves the night before she died. How they laughed and how they tormented and teased her until she couldn't take any more of the laughing and ran into the darkness, fell off a cliff and down into rocks at the bottom of the quarry. Oh, how she screamed out of help for anyone to help, but no one could hear her because they were all too busy laughing. As the fire died down and the sound of the last poorly played guitar chord hung in the air, Stabata Greaves emerged from the bushes and ran towards the terrifying group of camp councillors. One by one she hunted them down and picked them off as they screamed in terror. Screaming was all anyone could hear, except of course for Stabata. She was too busy laughing to notice. Needless to say, she didn't make it all the way through the 90-day probation period and didn't get the camp counselor job. The ghost finders was never again able to replicate the trick of making the ghost of King Oswin appear, nor were they able to convince anyone that they actually did in the first place. As a result, the duo was forcibly committed to the Sister of Charity Psychiatric Hospital for the definitely minded and delusional. Count Henrik von Pyre wedding started beautifully until that pesky Von Helsing showed up and killed the obvious vampire just before sunrise, which would have been the most romantic part of the ceremony. I didn't know. Yeah, he was getting married, wasn't he? Count started beautifully until the pesky Von Helsing showed up and killed the obvious vampire just before. On the plus side, Mena Halfking was freed from the Count's curse and control, and eventually rekindled a romance with her old fling Jonathan. They got married and had a son named Quincy. They were a very boring family. The Sprawl lost one of his best chiropractors that night. Rest in peace, Heinrich. You were too beautiful for this world. Shoot! We are at level 11.
And the already spread-thin guard force is calling it the worst night of, and I quote, creepy shit they've ever seen on St. Swithin's Day. And that's saying a lot. So if you see any of the few guards trying their darndest to keep things together inside our fair city walls, just go up and give them a hug, because Po Buddy's nerfect. I'm sorry, there appears to be a typo in that last statement. You're listening to The Morning Crawl, where we won't be playing any of today's top hit music because we will be keeping all frequencies clear in the event of an emergency broadcast. This is Dodger, signing off alone because all of my animal co-hosts were turned into food rations.
No. Hey, we got a letter. I thought it was the final day chapter, but it seems it wasn't. But I'm feeling tired. Stretch. I think we're nearing 2 hours, so thank you guys for watching. Have a lovely day, and perhaps I'll stream again next Sunday.